Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to my channel, and in this video we are going to be talking about Dying Light 2 and Dying Light the Following. So in this video we're going to be talking about these two games, and also we are going to be answering a question that has been out in the community for quite a long time, and the question is whether the following ending is canon or not. Now for people who don't know what canon means genuine. So we are asking if the following ending is real or not. Did that ever happen, or is just something that was never included in Dying Light story? The DLC add-on was just for fun, because a lot of people in the community thinks it's canon and a lot of people think it's not canon. So today I'm actually going to be answering that question with the official response of the developers. So let's start this video first by discussing about this thing, and before that we will do a quick recap of the following ending. So for people who haven't played the following yet, this video is going to have a lot of spoilers, so you probably don't want to watch it, and people who don't care about the spoilers, you can just continue watching the video. So let's start with what actually happened in the following. So you know, Kyle Crane traveled, found a way out of Harran, and he came in the countryside, where he continued his journey by meeting Jasir, and then later on founding someone named the Mother, as he saw the Mother using a mist that can actually work like a camouflage, where if you're in the mist, zombies don't attack you. Since Camden cannot find a freaking cure for this, and they were running out of antizin, Carl Crane had to get that mist since it's gonna help him out, right? So he went out there, he wanted to talk to the Mother, he wanted to meet her, so he went there and saw literally this thing happening, and he was really happy to see that. And at the end of the following, he actually confronted the Mother, and the Mother actually did her face reveal, and it was not pretty. When she did the face reveal, Carl Crane was terrified looking at her, and then he was given the reason why she is looking like that. So Carl Crane is like, hey, Mother, you're supposed to breathe that mist. You're not supposed to drink it. It literally stays on the box. Don't drink it. But Mother is like, it doesn't matter. Just listen. You've been breathing the mist. It will take longer, but you're already changing into a monster such as myself. According to her, doesn't matter if you drink that freaking vial or you breathe the mist, you're still gonna turn into a freaking, you can say, a night hunter, or kind of like a hybrid like the Mother herself. So what happens here is she gives Carl Crane two different choices. One is to help her destroy the whole countryside and kind of cure this place, you know, by blowing up the city with the help of a nuclear bomb. So Carl Crane has two choices, either to help her and either to say no to her. So in one ending, Carl Crane says, I'm gonna help you, and he literally blows up the whole city. That means R.I.P. Carl Crane. Carl Crane dead, the countryside dead, and even Harran is dead. So that's the first ending. But what about the second ending? In the second ending, you say to the Mother to get the hell out of here. He's not interested in this God of the Sun bullshit and all stuff he says, and then he kind of, you know, goes into a fight. But before that fight, Mother forces Carl Crane to drink that freaking vial, even though it literally says don't drink it. So he drinks that vial, and you know what's gonna happen when he drinks it. So according to the Mother, if you drink it, he is gonna turn into kind of like a half volatile, just like the Mother. And according to Carl Crane, you're supposed to breathe it, but the Mother says if you breathe it, you will still change into a volatile like me, a monster like me, but it will take a bit longer. So you know, you kind of screwed here. And later Carl Crane literally kills the Mother by freaking blowing up her head, or I don't know what he does, but it literally blows up. So Carl Crane kills the Mother, starts running out of this freaking sewer, and he started falling here and there, getting all those seizures and everything. And while that thing was happening, one thing that came in my mind was like, why, Carl Crane? Why are you doing this? Like literally, she literally said, if you're gonna breathe the mist, you're still gonna turn into a freaking monster. Why the fuck, Carl Crane, you taking this thing? And he literally says that it's a freaking cure. So I don't know what Carl Crane is thinking, because that shit in his hand is not cure. So he goes outside, and then you see him turning into a freaking volatile, but you hear the noise of a night hunter. So my theory here is he turned into a volatile, but later he mutated himself into a night hunter. I don't know how this thing works, but something happened. We know B the zombie exists, and he turned into a night hunter. So Carl Crane here is the night hunter, and that's the second ending of Dying Light the Following. Now the third ending is also like a secret ending in Dying Light the Following. It is related to the first one. It's just if you get the nuclear codes early in the story, you can just finish the game without a problem. You don't really have to fight the mother or meet the mother. You can simply go there, enter the nuclear code, and blow up the whole countryside. So the first ending and the third ending is pretty much the same. A second ending is where he turns into a hunter who hunts during the nighttime, and during the daytime he is a human. So for people who still didn't understand what's happening here, is the mother has clearly said at the end that you can hide from them, but who will hide them from you? Now you understand this reference. She's trying to tell him that you are going to be turning into a monster, so you're going to be killing people, right? Because she herself has ripped her own children into pieces. That sounds ridiculous, seriously. And the mother literally says this, that in the light, in the sun, my mind is my own, but in the dark, my new nature dominates, mindless, lethal. In the dark with cruel passion, I ripped my own children to pieces. This was the exact words of the mother. Now, if you understand what she's trying to say here, that during the day, Carl Crane is just going to be fine. In the night, he's going to turn into a night hunter, which simply explains that Carl Crane is probably killing a lot of innocent people out there, and he's probably being hunted down by people. So this was all the ending, and I hope the confusion is a bit clear here. But the point here is, are these endings real? Because we got two different endings. One is blowing up the city, other he's turning into a hunter. Which one is true? The answer is both of them is actually canon. So the official response of the developers was the following definitely happened. As for which ending is canon, well, we gave players a choice, and we don't think that any of those choices are right or wrong. That means the developers have given you two choices, and both of them are canon. Depending on your choice, you can make your own story, you can make your own ending, but the both endings are going to be same. It is right, there's no wrong here. There's no such thing as not canon here, so both of the endings are right here. And here they also explain how they are expanding this thing in Dying Light 2, where your choices are going to have an impact in the story. So your choices have consequences, and that's how the story is going to work. So you can make your own story. Your story is different from other. But that doesn't mean that your story is not canon, that simply answers it. So the following definitely happened, and the ending is true. It is canon, right? Now, how is Dying Light 2 related with Dying Light the Following? So now we know Dying Light the Following did happen. It does have a connection with the first game, so it is included in the story. So will we see Carl Crane in Dying Light 2 as a hunter? I mean, I don't know. A lot of people actually have this theory where Carl Crane is going to be the boss in Dying Light 2. I don't know what you guys thinking, but I don't think so that's going to happen. According to the developers, Dying Light 2 has no Carl Crane. So yeah, Dying Light 2 has no part for Carl Crane. Carl Crane has no role to play in Dying Light 2. I know a lot of you guys like him, but Dying Light 2 doesn't have it. Dying Light 2 actually has a new character, a new protagonist. So this is what the developers actually said. While we know that in Dying Light 2, 15 years later, the virus is still very much alive. Dying Light 1 is one chapter in the story of how mankind fought against the Harran virus. Dying Light 2 is the next, and this time players can craft their own story with their actions. How the stories of Dying Light 1 and Dying Light 2 are connected, you'll have to wait and see. Now, this is really interesting response, because we do know now that Dying Light 1 and Dying Light 2 are connected in a way. The story is a bit connected. We know for a fact that Dying Light 2 still has the virus, the same virus that was in Harran, and it's going to have a bit of, connection to the first game. I feel like it's going to be mostly references, kind of like an Easter egg and everything, and some of the reference, like, Dr. Zer's research or something, it can be there. You never know what's going to happen in Dying Light 2. So it will be really interesting to see what's going to happen in Dying Light 2. But for now, the answer to the question whether Dying Light the Following is canon or not, the answer is yes, it is canon, and yes, it did happen. And the main reason why I made this video is because the last time when I made a video talking about where Carl Crane is and who's the main character in Dying Light 2. In that video, I talked about this ending and I said it's canon, and a lot of people in the comment section told me how it's not canon and they also told me that the developers themselves have tweeted out saying it's not canon and all bullshit. I actually believed them, and I actually got confused, and I started myself saying that the following ending is not canon. In my recent video I did mention that, and then I had to go ask the developers themselves, since I was really confused because a lot of people have different theories, different answers to this question. So it was best to ask directly from the one who actually made it. So yep, it is canon. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think about this. I know you guys are really excited to see a new gameplay for Dying Light 2. I'm waiting too. I'm literally here sitting waiting for Dying Light 2, but before that I'm also waiting for Days Gone, so make sure you guys check that out as well, coming next month. See you guys in my next video. Bye bye.